Yo. What's good? It's your man Titus, not the experts in the building, man. As you can see, we recorded a whole NBA preview show. It was dope. It was me, Levi and France, you know what I'm saying? LTBR NTE connections, man. NBA on NTE is going to be a recurring thing. We do this NBA season, man. We're going to try and get the crew you heard last year with me, Levi, of course, France, homie Q. We're going to try and get that is going to be our NBA crew. We're going to try and get all of us to do a show every couple weeks or so, talking NBA, talking hoops, man. It's going to be a lot of fun because we really enjoy doing that, and we think y'all enjoyed it too, so we're going to do a lot more of that. So we recorded this on Monday night before the regular season. We did over-unders for every team. Literally every NBA team got talked about in this episode, man. It was dope. It was fire. It was a lot of fun. Talked about wins, losses, where we think these teams are going to stand. Got some rants, and of course, y'all know how we do. We always got to keep a rant in there. So we got all that in, and also we got Tuesday, you know what I'm saying, I was going to put the episode out. The Ben Simmons news broke, but due to time issues and having to work, I was not able to speak on it yesterday. So it delayed the recording because I wanted to make sure I got some commentary on the Ben Simmons suspension out there. So it'll be at the front of this video. So after this audio plays, we'll get right into the podcast, and I'll put this at the front. Get right into the podcast that we're all here for, you know what I'm saying, talking about the regular season, everything going down. And we had some gameplay last night, so we're getting all of that. So yeah, man, if you didn't see the news, of course, the Philadelphia situation went the way we wanted to go. You know, terribly wrong. I think I said this months ago that there's no leverage here. The longer this drags out, the worse it gets for Philadelphia as a franchise, because if Ben is that, you have no leverage when it's obvious that Ben Simmons does not care about playing for your franchise anymore. And Ben tried to tell them that in the offseason he didn't want to be back. Season started, he didn't want to be back. Everyone knew he didn't want to be back. They still drug this out. Now we're in the regular season. You have no leverage. Your leverage is dwindling because what kind of team is going to send you an incredible trade package when the bottom line is they know the guy has no interest in playing there? It's just going to be a mess. You're not going to be a disaster. Everything's a disaster there. It's a terrible situation. You know what I'm saying? So who's really, really going to give you a big package, a strong trade package for that? You know what I'm saying? Who's going to do that when they know the guy doesn't want to be there? Like, why would they give you strong assets when you're the one in a bad situation because you drag it out? This is really... Look, everyone knows there was failure all around in that Game 7. Ben Simmons, of course, became the face of that failure, but there was failure all around. He became the scapegoat. It's not working. It's not a tenable situation anymore. But Daryl Morey is responsible for where they are right now because we knew that every logical person knew this ending would come when they had Ben Simmons come back. Only Ben Simmons chose to come back. We all knew this would be how this ended and how it went. And here we are. In a terrible situation. Ben showed up to practice yesterday. Apparently he didn't want to do a drill. So Doc sent him home and he's spending for a game. Like, are we going to do this song and dance all year? He's going to go through the motions, you know, make a bigger mess. And then how long can you put up with this as a franchise, right? How long can these 76ers actually put up with this? How long can they drag this fight out? How long does Ben want to do this, you know? Because it's honestly, no one is winning here. Nobody except for us, because I find all of this funny. I think all of this is hilarious. But no, the franchise is not winning. Ben is not winning. Everyone is taking an L here. And the problem is this whole situation and this entire trade, the real issue here is the fact that for Philly, there are very few players that can raise their ceiling high enough to a championship level, which is what they want to stay and what they want to be at, that are available right now. You know? So they don't want to take any package because of the fact that every package they take is going to feel like a step back. No matter what you think about Ben Simmons' value is Ben Simmons' value on the court. He's a great player. It is what it is with that situation, right? Sorry, had to distract. But Ben Simmons is a great player. We all know that. I mean, his value to that franchise is what it is. They got a 1 seed with him for a very good reason. It's because he is a large part of their offense and what they do, for better or worse, right? In the regular season, that makes them a monster. It just doesn't. Playoffs, it don't work. Regular season makes them a monster. They don't want to lose that. And the bottom line is, unless Damian Lillard gets to Portland and hates everything there, there's truly not a trade available for them that's going to keep them at a championship level. It's just not. There's no trade that keeps them that gets them to it. I'm sorry, not even keeps them at a championship level because they're not a championship level team. Gets them to that level. You can't see it. There's no trade out there you can see right now, like possible actual trade that you could tell me, oh, they're better than the Nets. Oh, they're better than the Bucks. Oh, they're on par with, like, are they even better than the Heat? Can they find a trade that makes them better than the Miami Heat right now? Like, honestly, outside Damian Lillard, is there a trade that makes them better than the Miami Heat? Talk to me. I'm not sure. Talk to me in the comments. Let me know. I'm not certain about that myself, personally. I don't see it. I'm not sure. But that's where we are now, man. This is where the situation is dragged out to. It's a mess. I'm enjoying every second of it because I love the chaos. I love Ben Simmons having the energy that all of us have for our jobs that we hate. You know, just show up, do the bare minimum, go home. Maybe you get some, maybe you don't. Yeah, I respect that energy. I truly respect that type of energy, man. So, you know, if I'm not dragging out too long, the Bucks gotta, you know, start out looking strong last night. I will say that. And against the Nets, the Bucks look strong. I don't know, man. Maybe they got undersold, man. I know it's game 1, but maybe they got undersold a little bit. If they're healthy, it might be they have a strong chance at the repeat, man. Let's be real. We got to the Bucks on the show later, of course, so I don't want to give away too much away, you know. The Lakers and Golden State, that was a good game, man. The Warriors ball movement appears to be back. You know, these guys, they seem to have gotten the guys. Everyone seems to understand the system a lot more. Everybody seems comfortable with Steph, of course. You know, it's going to be Steph. He's going to attract and create problems for everyone just by existing on the court, by his willingness to move around without the ball. It's going to create problems. The Lakers have a lot to figure out this regular season. I'm sure they'll get there, but they have a lot to figure out. I just think fans are going to panic, of course, because Russ is having a slow start. And that's typical, you know. But I think fans are gonna panic, but I think they'll be fine in the long haul, man. I can't see someone beating them healthy 4 out of 7 times in the playoffs. It's gonna be very difficult to see, not in the West at least, you know. But it should be a fun season, man. Last night was a great start. The Nets Bucks game was, you know, it was cool. The Warriors Lakers game was dope, man. This is gonna be a fun season. I'm excited, man. And I'm gonna wrap it up here, man. Hope y'all enjoy the podcast. Have a good day. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready, set it. Liddy. Hello. Welcome to Not the Experts NBA show. NBA on NTE. This is where the theme music will play at right here. And a highlight package. It'll be beautiful. I'm your man Titus. You know what I'm saying? Got the homie Levi here. Got the homie France here. Part of our official NBA crew. You know what I'm saying? Our NBA Talk crew. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of fun with this last year, so we had to bring France back. Because you always need a degenerate gambler when you talk basketball.
Absolutely. It's the only rational way to evaluate everything.
It is. It is. How you feeling, bro? How you feeling?
Oh, man, I'm excited, man. I feel like a kid on Christmas, man. You know what I'm saying? The NBA season is back. Every postseason, I set aside some money to play on all the playoff games. But this year, I'm going extra degenerate mode. I set aside a couple $1,000s for the regular season.
You got so regular season money, huh?
I got regular season money this year.
Lord, I see what you have done for others. And I come to you. Levi, how you feeling?
Braves are 2-0. So I'm feeling good, but not too good, you know.
Yeah, it is still an Atlanta team, so it's only so high you can get. I understand. But the Dodgers have mad Atlanta energy too. That's the thing.
What do you mean by that?
Like they have a lot of playoff failures too.
True. But they've been more successful as of recent.
That's fair. That's fair. They broke through. They did break through last year.
Yeah, revenge game this year. I mean, revenge series.
I took a pandemic to do it, but they did. They did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't count.
Of course it did. But look, man, it's a lot of teams out here. The win totals are out. We're gonna do some over under. We're gonna play Do You Believe, my favorite game, and we're gonna get out of here, man. We're gonna keep it simple. Let's start at the bottom of the league, man. I sent everybody the Vegas Insider from VegasInsider.com. Have a list of all the win totals. They have a top 5 list, the bottom 5 list. We're gonna start with the teams at the bottom because they'll be quick and easy to get to. All right. Lowest win total odds. Let's start with the Houston Rockets at number 5 with 27.5 wins. Anybody interested in watching Houston Rockets games this year? I kind of am, actually. I'm into the Rockets.
You gotta. That's not bottom 5.
It says lowest win total odds. They're 5th. I'm going backwards.
Oh, 5 to worst.
Yeah. Because the worst team deserves 30 seconds. The worst team deserves 30 seconds.
Exactly.
So Houston Rockets at 27.5. Levi, how you feel about the Houston Rockets this year? You excited? You want to watch them?
No. Why would I want to watch them?
Jalen Green.
Yeah, that's true. Under 27.5.
Yeah, I'm going under. Okay. France, what you thinking? Who's about Houston Rockets?
I'm definitely going under, but I'm not gonna lie. I actually am interested to watch some Houston games. Like you said, Jalen Green, but I'm more interested to see some Kevin Porter and Christian Wood. Like I actually thought Christian Wood was really solid last year, and Kevin Porter, like when he was with Cleveland, like that whole thing was a mess. And towards the end of the season, when he had that 40-point performance, I was like, oh, this guy could kind of be something. And him and Green got the ultimate green light, no pun intended.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to seeing some inconsistent high scoring games from both of them, but let's see them figure it out while they're trying.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how Kevin Porter looks as like a point guard guy with someone else who needs to shoot too. Because last year he could just kind of shoot and then maybe give Christian Wood. Now it's like, hey, you need to share the ball with our number 2 pick. And I feel like he's gonna be like, why? Why do you want me to pass? I'm not here to pass. I want to shoot everything. I feel like that'd be interesting to figure out early. It'd be nice to have a veteran leader in the locker room, a veteran point guard in the locker room to kind of help direct them or something like that. But I'm sure he's going to be at home the whole time. Shout out John Wall. Shout out future Brooklyn net John Wall. Yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I'm just happy my home, the coach, has a team with the future right now. So Stephen Silas, I'm glad he has a team that might have a direction. Because my man was going through it last year. He didn't deserve that.
Mm-hmm.
My man didn't deserve that at all. It was messed up.
What do you think of Eric Gordon being the veteran? Like, I've been here since the Harden years, and I'm still around. And he's a good role model he's a good role model for these younger guys.
I think he is, bro. Because Eric Gordon just comes to play basketball and go home. Mm-hmm. I don't know anything else about him besides he plays basketball and goes home. And he was a threat. I forgot he was still there. Honestly, he'll be a very good veteran. He'll be a very good veteran leader until the trade deadline when they send him to a contender. That comes with second round picks.
That's probably his best bet. That's probably his best bet to get out of Houston on good behavior and just be the best role player he can be to the deadline.
That's a fact. Just hold it down till then. So yeah, Houston Rockets, everybody got to go on under 27.5.
I got
okay. Yeah, I think that's a good one. The next team on this list, the Cleveland Cavaliers with 26.5 wins. France, I'll start with you.
Cleveland Cavs.
Yeah.
Damn.
The land of forwards. The land of every forward in the book.
Confession. I low key kind of like some of the roster. I like Sexland still. I'm waiting to see it. I'm waiting to see it happen between the two of them. But I have had fun watching them. Lauri Markkanen is a guy I never all the way gave up on, even though I know others have. But this is his last chance. Unfortunately, he's not even a starter. Ouch. You know what I'm saying? Jarrett Allen, which was a great piece Brooklyn gave up, which I feel like low-key they should have kept. That
was not a good move.
That was not a good move at all. And Mobley, he'll be interesting at least for what it's worth. Oh, they got Rubio. You know what I'm saying? Rubio can definitely teach Garland a thing or two.
Yeah. Levi, how you feel about the Cavs? What do you feel about them?
I'm on the same train as France. I don't know. I didn't hear if you have them over or under, but I'm actually taking them over.
Yeah, I got over.
And yeah, I'm just a little biased too because Colin Sexton.
You don't even like him.
But it'll be interesting to see. They got better pieces.
You don't even like Colin.
I'm interested to see how. No, I do like him.
You slandered that man for months.
At the beginning, I think I was right to at the beginning of his NBA career, but
you slandered him this year.
Wait, this year I did.
Back in our studio days. Oh, he's better with this. No, he's only better. He's better with 4 people instead of 5. I remember.
Yeah,
that.
well, he is. That's still a fact. That's still a fact. That's not me putting him down. That's just a fact.
Well, I'm happy to see you guys are really optimistic and excited to watch Cleveland Cavaliers basketball. I couldn't care less about this team, the city, this franchise, the state. I couldn't care less. Get them out of here. Get them out of my life. They had to try to line up in preseason with Mobley, Markkanen, and Jared Allen on the court together because they have 3 guys who all need to play, and they all 3 of them on the court at the same time. And Mobley's career is ruined before it begins, even though he could have been really talented, but he's in Cleveland, so he has no hope. I'm sorry. I feel bad for him. Kevin Love's still on this roster, existing, collecting a bag.
Taking up money,
Shout out to a ski mask. That's a real ski mask all-star right there, Kevin Love. Mm-hmm. That man is a ski mask all-star. He is just chilling, not doing nothing, throwing the ball at people's faces because he's mad. Like, get them out of here. Get this franchise out of here.
He's just a younger Udonis who gets playing time.
Oh, my God.
But Udonis is valuable because his teammates like him.
Okay, yeah, but that's what the ownership and the management view Kevin Love as. They think, he's a good locker room guy. He's the veteran presence. Yeah.
Is he even going to be in the locker? Is he even going to be at games? I feel like he's not showing up.
See, but you know what? We got to hold Kevin Love accountable because I feel like he decided to stay for the bag, right? He knew what he was signing himself up for.
Right.
He stayed with the bag. Then a year or two, like he was depressed in Cleveland by not winning games. And I get it. Like, I'm sure anybody can be depressed in that market, but he didn't take a chance to embrace the fact that he's got Sexton, he's got Garland, he's got Isaac, right? And now he's got Mobley. Like, these are people that he can at least put his hands around and say, hey, I remember what it was like being in Minnesota. Like, you're playing your hearts out and you feel like you're not really progressing anywhere. Like, that's a voice that could be used. It's not being utilized.
Right. Yeah,
that's a fact. Yeah,
I'm over Kevin Love.
Yeah, he did choose the power route after he put himself in this position. Like, you saw the tea leaf. It was all in the tea leaves. Everybody left you. Kyrie was gone. LeBron was gone. You like, yeah, I'm coming back. I'm good. To do what? For who? So yeah, Kevin Love, you get what you deserve, man. Yeah, I don't care about this. This franchise has overlap at every position. They got 17 centers and 12 point guards. I don't understand. They got an expanded roster. It's just a mess. Get them out of my life. Under on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Oh God. Oh no, I'm sorry. The Detroit Pistons, 24.5. The franchise of Cade Cunningham, the franchise of Jeremy Grant, and others who, are on the same. The Auburn Hills Pistons of Detroit, formerly of Detroit. You know what I'm saying? France, they are set at 24.5 wins. Over or under?
I think this is an under lock. I'm not going to lie. Jeremy Grant did impress me once he left Denver, had his first year out with Detroit, and that 20-point scorer, obviously pretty good defender still. And now he gets a chance to start. He got a bigger role. And although he's had a bigger role, I don't feel like he's had bigger impact. So if he was just chasing more playing time in a bag, that goal was acquired. But if he's chasing some actual value, I don't think he's going to find it over here in Detroit. But because he is playing well, this is a nice piece that can be dangled around to other teams. I'm really interested to see what Cade looks like. Anybody here on the Killian Hayes bandwagon? Anybody still? No?
I'm gonna just let Kevin O'Connor live on that island by himself.
Yeah,
let him have it.
But besides those guys, I don't really trust anybody on this roster. I do think Corey Joseph, who's probably like 50 years old at this point, it is a good veteran to have in your corner, though. I'll say that.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Heavy on there.
Levi, toss to you.
They're a scrappy team. I like the pieces they have on there. I like Jeremy Grant a lot. Definitely interested in seeing what Cunningham does. I'm also very interested to see what Luka Garza does. Because I'm sure he's going to be trash like all of us think he's going to be. But hey, he may surprise us. I think they're actually a pretty scrappy team, and they're not going to be able to find a lot of wins out of the East Coast. But I think they may be able to string enough bottom feeder wins from the West Coast to get over the 24.5.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say over.
Okay. I am interested in watching Cade Cunningham play. I feel like Cade's gonna be a slow starter, but I think by the second half of the season, towards the second half of the season, he's gonna have it figured out. It's gonna look scary. That's kind of what I think my projection is for Cade right now. I think they have to figure things out early on, but then when he gets it and they finally like really give him the keys, it's gonna be a wrap. So yeah, I am interested in watching Detroit, which I haven't been interested in watching Detroit play basketball in a very long time, because why would I do that to myself? So I am interested to see them again. So that's good, man. This is good for Detroit, man. I'm glad to get that pick, because they've scraped the bottom. They've been trying to get there and couldn't get there because teams like the Thunder and others want to just tank aggressively, and the Detroit they had a little too much pride to just do it that terribly, like some of these other bottom feeder franchises. And they at least have a lineage of success in this league. So the basketball is better than Detroit's good to me. It's better. So I do have them going under this win total, because I don't think they'll be scrapping enough wins together. I think they got to rely on too many young players to really be good and succeed. I think Grant will be solid for the locker room until they trade him to a contender for some more assets and draft picks at the deadline before he goes back to a contender. But I like what they got building over there, man. I do. The Oklahoma City Thunder. Everyone knows this is the franchise I hate the most, next to Cleveland. They're set at 23.5. France, tell me why I should care about the Thunder.
You should care about the Thunder because any of these kids you see on Instagram or Twitter from their high school highlights or middle school highlights could have a Thunder's jersey. Titus. You can follow them from when they're infants still. There's a chance. It's a real chance for some emotional attachment to some future players. But as far as the roster constructed currently, free SGA, you know what I'm saying? Even Lou Dort. I'm not going to lie. I like Lou Dort too. But
I like Dort a lot too.
Free SGA, man. I like that guy's too good to be there. I personally felt like last year he was better than a handful of guys that you guys strongly disagree with me. But we will see this year how much he elevates.
Who? Say his name. Say his name, France.
He was having the same stat line as Mitchell, right? He's having the same stats as Fox. I like them more, but I get it. His team wasn't winning. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying I like the SGA a little bit more than those guys individually, personally, preference.
And then the playoffs came and you saw Don Mitchell. You're like, oh, never mind. I apologize. All right. That's what happened.
I did apologize.
Yeah, you did. That Mitchell playoff form is different. I can't lie.
But the point is, if he was at least on par with those guys, it lets me know that with the right pieces around him, he could be something. For sure. Yeah. Other than that, I have really nothing to look forward to on this roster. I'm only going to be watching OKC games from their Instagram page when they post highlights from SGA, because this is not a league pass team for me unless my team is playing them heavy under.
Right. Levi?
Two reasons why you should watch the Oklahoma City Thunder that are not named SGA, and that is Lou Dort and Trey Mann. I'm excited to see what Trey Mann might do. He's kind of a firecracker. I really liked watching him at Florida, but I got them under.
Okay. Yeah. I have the Thunder going under because they want to go under. And if they win too many games, they'll just, give somebody a foot injury and be like, oh, you can't play anymore. I'm sorry. Go home. Don't come back. So we can lose some more games. That's what they did last year. Why? I have a question about Thunder. Why don't they get as much slack as the Philadelphia 76ers rightfully got during the, what was his name? Hinkie? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Sam Hinkie era. Yeah, his first process era. Why don't they get as much slack as they do? Because this is a more aggressive version of that.
Yeah, it is a more aggressive version, but they drafted 3 MVPs back to back from 2007 to 2009. Like that in itself is going to give you a track record that'll let people trust you with whatever gamble you want to take.
So I would say it's got grandfathered in because they drafted 3 MVPs and didn't do anything with any of them. I respect that.
But do you hear that drafting 3 MVPs though? Like, let's not lose sight of that in itself.
I understand. Yeah, no, it is very impressive. It's just this franchise has failed with 3 MVPs. I don't think they deserve a top pick anymore. Personally,
I have another angle on that, as in it's Oklahoma City. Nobody cares. Philadelphia is a historic franchise. Everybody stopped caring about the Thunder once Russ left. So
yeah, that's fair. These are all fair arguments. I got them going under the win total, but I'm sure Poku will have one highlight a year that carries them and makes their fans feel good. Because Oklahoma City is the type of place to get excited for Poku, more excited for Poku than they would get for SGA.
Before we leave OKC, there's a fun name on this roster. Can you guess who it is?
Talk to me. Surprise.
Mike Muscala.
Yeah. Legend. I thought you were going to go for
there it is.
I thought France was going to go for the literal joke, as in whose name is funny, and I was going to say Josh Giddey.
Oh,
Giddy's name is funny.
Giddy's name is funny.
Giddy's gonna be out there shooting.
Giddey. Well, I guess Giddey means happy.
Yeah. Giddy gonna be out there shooting.
The team, won't be Giddey? The fans.
That's a fact. That is a fact. I can't wait till Russ and Harden go back together. I mean, KD and Harden go back together. That'd be great.
Ooh.
That'd be exciting. I'm here for that. The team with the lowest expectations this year, rightfully so, the Orlando Magic. Franchise should be jettisoned into the sun. The franchise of having talented big men and losing them. The franchise of Disney. 22 and a half wins where they're set at, Levi.
Yeah. Under, but I'm excited to see. I'm here to watch Jalen Suggs and Franz Wagner.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Suggs show should be interesting. France, just think about the Magic.
No Cole Anthony hype. I thought he was solid his rookie year, and then he had a game winner too, right? He had a couple.
Yeah,
he had more than one, I think. Actually,
I don't know if Cole and Jalen Suggs works together because Cole is not trying to pass.
Yeah, they're both shooters.
Right.
Yeah, Cole is a. I'm going to get this bucket. So I feel like Cole might have to come off the bench, and I don't know. The Magic are a terrible franchise.
Yeah,
they're a garbage franchise.
I can see Cole outperforming Suggs, and it's like, hey, we got to make this adjustment.
We got to get him out of here.
But I will say, Wendell Carter Jr., I really liked them on the Bulls, and the Bulls had a slur of talented players that just kind of didn't blend well together. So they had to move these things around and move Wendell Carter around. I'm interested to see where he takes his career now with the green light, where he's starting. He's only 22. You know what I'm saying? He's a walking double-double, solid rim protector. Like, I think he could be their biggest upside available. But this is the franchise that just hasn't gotten anybody excited in years, right? Like,
right. Yeah, at all. They've done nothing for the culture.
Everybody in Orlando uses that arena to like watch other teams that they want to see, right? Like that's what it is for.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, right? Yeah, they're. Oh, I'm in Orlando. What we want to do tonight? Let's go to the game and then go hang out. Let's go hang out in the city a little bit after the game. That's really what it's about. That's really what it's about in Orlando for the Magic. All right, let's move on, man. Let's get to some of these kind of lower, higher level teams. Okay, like the Spurs set at 28 and a half. There's nothing exciting for me on the Spurs roster. Like nothing. I feel like they still don't know whether they like DeJounte Murray or not. I still don't know whether I like DeJounte Murray or not. I don't care. I don't care about the Spurs. Does anyone care about the Spurs?
No.
I care about Lonnie Walker.
There you go, Lonnie Walker. He has improved. He cut his hair and got better. Legend. Reminds me of myself.
Yeah, besides Lonnie, I don't really see any pieces there that like catch my interest. But I will say this much though: whenever Pop is ready to announce his farewell tour, like I will be paying attention to Spurs games then because it'll be Pop's last year. For sure, I'm sure they're gonna try to play his hearts out for him. So that's probably the best thing they got coming for them. But like as far as the roster's constructed now, like and you know it's okay for them to be down the bottom. Like they were damn near contenders for almost 2 decades.
Oh yeah. That's a fact. That's really a fact.
This is new territory for them, but they've been a first class organization for so long that like they're not stressing out about being in this position. I still don't know if they like Murray as much as they claim they do. Derek White is solid, but yeah, give me the under on that one too. Give me under lock.
Yeah, it feels like with Murray, it's like a team that has a kind of they have a quarterback. They're not sure if he's really good or not. They just keep holding on and like. I mean, we don't really know what we got here. We're just gonna keep trying it though. You know, it feels like it's that kind of situation. I
will say though, Murray's a real good rebounder, man. Like, you know, for being a 1 and grabbing almost 8 rebounds a game, like he not only can he score, but he's solid there, like as well. So like, but I would rather see him sacrifice the rebounding if he could play make better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Washington Wizards 33 and a half wins. I think that's way too high. I got them going under that. I don't see them winning 30 games.
Under.
Yeah.
Damn, hold on. If I have them going under, does that mean I have the Cavs being better than the Wizards? We got to think about this now.
That is a good point. It's a very fair point. I mean, how many games Bradley Beal gonna miss because of his status?
What about the Kuzma Bon Voyage, the return of Kuzma? This is why I should have kept me Kuzma.
Yeah, that's gonna go well. Yeah.
I've already seen bloopers of him during the preseason.
Already, bro. It's already starting.
And it's like you can't have a bloopers compilation in the preseason. Like,
no, it's not acceptable. It's unacceptable behavior. It's unacceptable behavior, man.
But Gafford's a good rim protector. Obviously,
yeah, Gafford's nice.
KCP is extremely serviceable. What else is on that list? I like Denny, you know what I'm saying? His rookie year was solid. He would always contribute some points off the bench. Harold, they got some of our Laker pieces that like really might have some redemption in them to try to perform well. And Harold signed a 2-year deal, so this is a contract gift for Harold too. Spencer coming off of an injury. Like, I actually think they will be a better team than we're giving them credit. I'll go over. I will go over
33 and a half. Are you putting them? Do you have them get into the play-in situation? Do you think they go that far? Or is that too far?
They could be in the playing bubble race. like, oh,
that's
shit.
real. That's real.
Yeah.
I am interested in seeing Rui Hachimura again this year because I think I saw things from him that I liked, but I don't know how much of it is real.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I am interested in him develop another year for sure. The Toronto Raptors, former champs, Toronto Raptors. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. They're set at 35 and a half wins. Is that too high?
That's definitely too high. Like, I'm way more confident in them going under 35 than Washington going over 33.
Going over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that's real. Levi, what you think about the Raptors this year?
Yeah, I got them going under as well. I don't even remember the pieces they've picked up. Were they successful in supplementing the loss of Lowry, or no? They've lost a couple other guys too in it. Yeah, so
they got Dragic. You know, they got Precious. They got Pascal. I mean, they're really giving the franchise to Pascal Siakam. So we'll see how that works this year. Because I think he said he feels like it's his franchise. I think another thing that does play in the fact is that they are at home this year because I don't think they enjoyed being in Tampa last year. You know,
that's true.
They actually get some home games here, which could carry them. But I think they might have a strong start early in the season, but I feel like it's going to peter out and they'll probably finish around this. Because I think a lot of this is reputation for them, just because they were former champs. Nick Nurse is known as a good coach. I think it's kind of reputation based because there's really no other reason to have them set so high, right? Like, I just don't see a reason to have them set so high this year. When you look at that roster.
Yeah, unless you're just going to depend on, Dragic being able to kind of carry the team like the Heat. And then, the Princess Achua being able to improve. Precious. Yeah, my bad. Princess. Wow. But yeah. Yeah. I think under for sure, and two, I think that's mainly because the East is so top heavy. It's just gonna be hard to win.
Yeah, the East is actually legitimately good this year, and it's very confusing. These are confusing times. The team that I'm actually very interested in, this will be the worst team that I'm most interested in, is the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're set at 35 and a half. I feel like they should get to 35 and a half, right, France?
Yo, it has to be the year, man. It's about time. Like every year is that one year where you're like, this is the year Towns finally like kicks it into overdrive, and you're excited to see what kind of a player he becomes. And I think last year was going to be that year, but he just had the worst.
He went through a lot. Yeah,
he went through a lot that year. That's one of the worst years of his entire life. So I'm willing to like be very forgetful of everything he went through. And I think Anthony Edwards, who we're a big fan of, is going to level up. I'm still a D'Lo fan. You know what I'm saying? I was always saying the Warriors gave up on him too quickly. You know what I mean? I like what they got going on, man. McDaniels is a solid power forward to have alongside Towns. Their bench, their bench is the concern for me. Although Patrick Beverley, like, you know, he has a lot of sorcery, right? Like he's there. He never really does much, never really fills up the stat sheet. But I'll say what, his energy is infectious. He's going to keep people accountable. He's going to at least spread that like pesty play defense and be intense energy. And you know, nobody ever wants to play against that guy. They want him on his team, not against him. So who knows? Maybe there's a little Patrick Beverley effect that like kind of like gets everybody like into a whole nother like gear. Just as a vocal leader. But as far as talent, D'Lo could still be a consistent shooter, scorer off the pick and roll. I want to see Anthony Edwards is the big X factor for me, truthfully, because I know what talent to bring. If Anthony Edwards levels up, we got something going on. We got something going on over there.
Yeah, Levi, you know, is this finally time for Minnesota? Is this finally it? Ignore the fact they did some Minnesota Timberwolves things and had to fire the GM 3 days before training camp started. Ignore that. You know, is this finally time? Are they finally here to accomplish something?
I hate the word finally. No. So I'll give them the over. I don't even know if I like giving them the over, but the starting five is really good. They got a couple of guys they can bring off the bench. It's going to be mainly what does Anthony Edwards do? And then also, I don't know. I didn't really watch him last year. So like, I don't know how like D'Angelo Russell and Anthony paired up, but then you're going to throw in Patrick Beverley in the mix now too, probably coming off the bench, I assume, which is a good addition. But I mean, nothing.
Well, D'Lo didn't play a lot last year anyway. D'Lo missed a lot of games last year. Yeah,
that's what I thought. So
he missed a lot of time. Yeah. This will really kind of be their first year, all of them together. I think the key for what do you think, Franz? You mentioned Anthony Edwards. You know, I've been saying Anthony Edwards for a minute. What do you think he needs to say? What do you think he needs to do to elevate his game this year?
He needs to be efficient because, like, although he had like a lot of good scoring games, like he just had the green light and Towns wasn't there, D'Lo wasn't there. So, you know, you can always kind of look good when you have to compensate for others not being able to provide scoring on your team.
Right.
But now that they're there, I want to actually have a little bit more smarter shot selections. I'm seeing that he's working a lot on. I've seen videos. He's working a lot on his stopping, his like when he drives to the basket, when he stops and tries to shift. So he's working on like his breaks a little bit to kind of like get some like acceleration in certain spots, can be explosive in certain areas. So
it's a terrifying situation.
Yeah, expect him to drive to the rim more, especially because he's explosive and he damn near caught the dunk of the year last year or big catch dunk of the year. I think he's working on ways to attack the rim more because now that he knows D'Lo will be there, like shooting's taken care of. If he can shoot that 3%, that three ball at a 40% clip, like
it's a wrap.
Yeah,
it's a wrap. I'm gonna pick the same boat with you on that. I want to see him because I think I said last year earlier, I'm like, yo, when he figures out he can get to the rim when he wants to and figures out how to navigate that and like learns how to draw contact, make free throws, it's a wrap offensively for them. It's done. There's nothing you're gonna be able to do to stop that. He's one of the best athletes in the league right now. That's not even hyperbole. That's just what it is. You know, he's one of the highest level athletes in the league. I want to see him put more emphasis on the defensive end of the ball this year because offense is, like you said, they have a lot of offensive firepower in Minnesota. Somebody's got to lock in on defense. And then if he can become a solid perimeter defender, he doesn't have to be great, not elite, but if he becomes like his frame, there's no reason for him to not be a good NBA defender. And once he becomes that, that's what I want to see from him this year. I want to see more defense, like I said, more efficiency and everything. Just be a smarter player again. And I want to see that coming to form this year. So I'm interested in seeing them. I do have them going. I think 35.5 is about right, actually. I think they can make 35.5. I think they can make 35.5 for sure. I think that's a good line for them. And that'll be good because, I mean, Lord knows, they just need something in Minnesota. You know? Just once, you know? I like that line. The Sacramento Kings, I think we have some dissension on the Kings at 36.5. France, how do you feel about the Kings?
You know what, man? As much as I like the Wolves, I low-key like the Kings more. So I got to say Wolves under so I can say Kings over. Listen, man. Listen, I don't make the rules. It's just the mathematical equation of it. Look, man, I know you are not a fan of Sacktown. You know what I mean? But I love
waste
Fox.
of a franchise.
I love Fox. I was expecting him to have a much better year 2 years ago, but I feel like his season last season was close to where I'm expecting him. So it's now or never for Fox, really. Like, I think the time is now.
I agree.
Tyrese Halliburton, my guy, I OD rocks with him. Harrison Barnes is a great vet to have around you. Like, he's got championship pedigree, and he's real humble and can spread that to the younger guys as well. Marvin Bagley is the one that I don't know what to really expect from, because it's like,
I mean, they haven't either.
Like, damn, man, we picked you over Luka. Like, this is we have to live with that forever. So we need something. But Rashawn Holmes, great rim protector. Tristan Thompson is a little bit past, or not even a little bit, way past his prime or peak. But I will say that another guy that has some championship history, you know what I'm saying? Some guy that is a really good rebounder, could at least get in Rashad's ears and like, listen, man, like, this is what it takes to get to that next level or to be great. You know, I've seen him in practice in Sacramento's Instagram page where he's saying like, yo, I'm trying to teach these young guys to make practice harder than the game, so that when you get to the game, it's easier than when it is in practice. And I'm like, okay, like, there we go, Tristan, be that voice. Right. I mean, you have no choice, but be that voice.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a big Davion Mitchell fan. I know he's very, very, very small, but there is a blueprint for small guards like him to be very feisty, very good on defense, very good on ball defenders, or at the very least disrupt the rhythm of the other team's best player. Buddy Hield's a sharpshooter. Like, this is a solid team, man. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a solid team. 2 years ago, before when I was expecting Fox to have a real breakout year, but he was going through some injuries, hurt his ankle. They were on the way to kind of going for the eighth seed. Like, they were like on the journey of it. They wanted that playoff experience, because they're like, look, we're gonna get bounced out the first round, but I need that experience. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's gonna go a long way, because you'll see it in people like Ja, who just had that first round exit against Utah, but we're going to see a whole nother version of Ja coming up this season. So Sacramento wants that.
Levi, talk to me.
I like a lot of the pieces that Sacramento has, and I've always been high on them. They've always been disappointing in my eyes, because I thought they should have performed better in these past few years. But I get it, like what Franz is saying, very young roster too. Of course, we don't trust Luke Walton. Nobody does. So,
I'm glad you said. I was gonna say it. Somebody need to say it.
But in spite of Luke Walton, I got them going over, and then I need to do a little reverse. I had nothing for the Spurs when it came to interest, but I do have a small interest in them. Josh Primo, Roll Tide, had to get that in there. Continue.
All right. Yeah, the Sacramento Kings, man. I have them going under strictly because of Luke Walton, because he's got to do something stupid that makes the team hate him. Buddy Hield already hates him anyway, so we're just going to continue this train one more year. Hield's going to, have a terrible game at some point just because of the fact that he exists in the realm of Luke Walton. And I still wonder how this works with Mitchell, Fox, and Halliburton, because playing all three of them together doesn't seem like a good idea, but they're probably going to do that a lot this year. And I don't feel like it's something that can work, but I think they're going to try it. I do want to see De'Aaron Fox again. Fox apparently, like, the thing that held up the Fox and because there were rumors of Fox going to Philly in the Ben Simmons trade, and the thing that held it up was that Fox wants to be in Sacramento. He enjoyed being there. They're like, look, we got somebody who wants to be here. We can't trade a piece that we got that wants to be here. And I like the energy from him. So I think he's embraced it as being his franchise, which is dope for them.
He actually likes it here.
Exactly right. Like, he wants to stay, man. We can't trade him, and I understand where it comes from with that, because it doesn't, getting Ben and losing Fox didn't help them at all. Like, let's just put them back in the same spot with somebody who would be less happy there, So I get why they didn't make that move, but I do wonder how the fit works. Davion Mitchell, I want to see it in the regular season. I know it's looked nice so far, but I do want to see it again in the regular season, because what he did in the summer league, what he's done in the preseason, be interesting. Like, I don't think Book Knight's recovered from what he did to him in the summer league yet. Because Lord have mercy, put the claps on Book Knight. Lord have mercy. He did Book Knight terrible. I will have them going under because the Kings go under everyone's expectations, no matter how low you set them. This is the next team I'm actually very interested in. I don't care what the win total is. The Charlotte Hornets at 38.5. I don't care if they go under. I don't care if they go over. I will be here watching at least a little bit of every game on League Pass because the Charlotte Hornets are fun. LaMelo Ball is fun. Their announcers are fun. Everything about this franchise is fun, except the fact that it's in Charlotte. Charlotte's a nice city, though. That was a cheap shot. It's a nice city. It's a decent city, you know. France, how you feel about the Charlotte Hornets?
Mason Plumlee is my...
And now you ruined it. Now I'm not excited anymore.
Wait, what?
No, I'm joking.
Sheesh, man, he's a top 20 rebounder last year. Like
he's important. He's important.
I was gonna say, hold on, that's a good piece around LaMelo. You know what I'm saying? He's a competent scorer. He's a competent rebounder. We've seen him have some some mental lapses in the playoffs as far as defensive spacing, but I'm sure he's recovered from that, and he's going to be a good piece to complement some of the guards out there in Charlotte. LaMelo's amazing to watch. Terry Rozier,
that was a real Lakers fan moment.
Scary Terry is just. It's fantastic to watch, to be honest with you. Like,
I can't believe how good this turned out with Scary Terry. Because when they paid him that money and didn't pay him, I was like, why would you do this?
Win, lose, or draw, like he's gonna shoot that ball like he's a all NBA guard. Like
that is a whole fact.
Gordon Hayward is the X factor because like when he's healthy, like it's like hold on, like you're really good. Like the second, like the first half of the season last year, he had some crazy numbers and everybody was like, so shocked. And I'm just like, well, I mean, as a fourth option, he was still averaging really good numbers at an efficient clip. So like, he has more free range. He'll be good.
Yeah.
Miles Bridges, I really rock some Miles Bridges. PJ Washington plays hard. Kelly Oubre.
PJ, praying for you, bro.
Kelly Oubre is a funny guy to have on your roster, but I'm sure he's one of those guys that like, it just makes you like shake your head and laugh. But like, he's inconsistent, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like some days he'll pull through, some days he'll pull some Oubre-ish that you just like, you know, I don't know why you have a roster spot, but here you are.
Continue prayers for PJ Washington, man. Continue prayers.
Yes, man.
Whew. Levi, the Charlotte Hornets.
I love the Hornets because of every reason that you gave, every reason that France gave. Gordon Hayward, very interested to see what he's going to do this year healthy. I think I may be wrong, but I think he led the league last year in some point in pretty much like player efficiency or like I can't remember the exact statistical category, but he was going off. But the X factor of this team, not for them to, you know, go over, but to be a serious playoff contender. And making it to the second round is a man who has a lot of ground to make up in both, mainly his social life. And so he could really use a good performance this year. And that is our man, PJ Washington. So,
praying for you, bro.
Yeah, we're praying for you, PJ. We need you to step up, bro. And, you know, don't let this, situation be your downfall.
So you saying don't get Chris Humphrey?
Yes. Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah. Hey, PJ Washington, Mason Plumlee, two guys with things to prove on this team. So
yeah. I think one good thing for them is the fact they have Mason Plumlee, France. To your point, is that they don't have to play Bismack Biyombo.
Yeah.
And that helps a lot. It's very helpful. Yes, it's like an addition by subtraction type thing. For sure.
I mean, it is true.
Like you ain't gotta be great, but you just gotta not be him, bro. I need you to not be him. You know, and that goes a long way.
Hayward shot at 47% from the field, 41% last season. He'll be fine, man. Yeah. He will be fine. Yeah.
And having him as another playmaker with LaMelo takes some of the pressure off him as a playmaker too. So I think I like what they're doing there with that. I want to do a couple teams together.
Hold on 1 second. Bismack Biyombo is no longer with the Hornets.
Okay, bet.
Perfect.
Just wanted to throw that in there.
All the Plumlee. It's all you, Plumlee. It's all you.
Well, I think their backup center is Kai Jones.
Oh yeah, so it's all Plumlee.
Let's see, Vernon Carey.
Oh, the young boy from Duke. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And they got which he's power forward, but JT Thor. I am interested to see what he does.
Yeah.
From Auburn.
Yeah. And I think we forgot the most important thing about the Hornets, all three of us, and that's the broadcast booth.
Oh, yeah, their broadcast is amazing.
It's great.
They have fun with basketball, that's what it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be having fun out here, and they have fun. And they be slandering people. Because I forget last year, somebody, I can't remember what player it was, but he like had it may have been one of the plum. No, it was Lopez. It was definitely Lopez when Lopez doing his weird back down thing.
Mm-hmm.
The announcer goes, "Goofy looking drop. What's this all about?" And it was so
the announcer from Charlotte makes me tap into like my old soul because I have no problem listening to a Charlotte Hornets game instead of watching it.
Yes.
Like, I will listen to it and be just as entertained. And that's pretty nuts in 2022 to listen to a sports game.
For sure.
Like, right?
For sure. I want to skip one team because I want to put two teams together.
Yeah.
We're going to put a couple teams together, actually. And these teams will forever be linked because of the draft. The Pelicans and the Memphis Grizzlies. The Pelicans line is at 39.5. The Grizzlies at 41.5. Levi, talk to me about these two lines. Pelicans, I'll say it again. Pelicans at 39.5 and Grizzlies at 41.5.
Looking at the Pelicans just on paper, you would think this is a easy over. I'm going to say it's an over, but I'm also going to say I will not be surprised if Zion Williamson gets traded from the Pelicans this year.
Oh, God. Sound the alarms. Sound the small marketeers.
Hot take.
Bring the small marketeers. Round them up. It's time. Sure, the Bucks just won a championship, but what about the rest of us? What else are we supposed to do? France, talk to me.
First, well, we'll start with the Pelicans. First, the Zion thing about like, him not kind of being happy being there, his family speaking out. Like, I get it, man. This guy is a generational talent. What I've seen what he was able to do in a full season, he is fucking scary. All right. Like,
right.
He is dominant in the paint. There's no stopping him. In fact, I would get upset watching Ingram have the ball late in games way more than Zion. I'm like, yo, pass the ball to the guy that is shooting 70% from the field and nobody can stop. You know what I'm saying? Instead of taking a contested long two. But that's neither here or there. Like, the first season, like, obviously he had the crazy minutes restriction. He came in, made his debut in January. Then the pandemic hit. Then he went to the bubble, so there was no real time to get any cohesion or get any real reps in. Then the one season where like you finally get to play the entire season, you don't make the playoffs, but you were an all-star. You show what you can showcase. Like, this is now his third season. Like, I think Zion's not putting his best foot forward. I like to see him actually fully try. This is his third coach in 3 years. Like, I think it's fair to say, like, yo, let's just see what it looks like before we try to make all these crazy arrangements for you or on your behalf.
Yeah, friends, I've been back and forth on this. Like, I've been on Team Zion because I think the Pelicans have wasted every talent player they've ever had. So it's like, I've understood the frustration. But when the latest thing came out about him having a foot injury this offseason that we just found out about at the the introductory press conference this year, and then it comes out he hasn't started running yet till like last week, I think. He just started running. Yeah. So what you're telling me is he hasn't had time to improve his game at all this all season. He's not in shape. So he's going to be pretty much the same player. Your team last year, which I think was a little more talented because of Lonzo Ball, you lost that piece. You're putting more pressure on him. At some point, you got to put together a healthy season before I really want to hear you start complaining, honestly. I need a couple of seasons in a row if I want to hear from you complaining. I really do. I don't think David Griffin's done a good job there, per se. I think getting Valanciunas was a good move this offseason. I think that did help. I think it was a very good play. But I haven't liked what he's done. I don't like the vibe around that franchise is bad. It's just not a good vibe. It seems like whatever's bound to go. Something. What's the phrase? Whatever can go wrong will go wrong. They give me that energy. As a franchise, so I definitely got them going under, man. I got them going under because I just don't see where it's coming from. Zion's probably going to miss some game season. They're being very nonchalant, iffy about that. But if he just started running a week ago before the season started, he's not. There's no way he's starting the year off. It's not going to work. Go ahead. What's up, Levi?
X factor. Since I feel like I need to back up my take of having them over. I really like the Devontae Graham pickup, but also I'm I don't know what they're going to put out there tomorrow night or whenever their first night is and who's starting at the 1, but Kyra Lewis Jr. out of Alabama, his second year. He got a lot more playing time in the second half of the season, showed a lot of bright spots, and dude's just like really young and he can create offense. And and baskets by himself. So, he could be an X factor that could come in and pick up the slack, especially while Zion's gone and you need that,
sure.
point creator.
For sure. The Grizzlies at 41.5. I think that's too high. I got the Grizzlies taking a step back this year. I just feel like they made some moves. I think Steven Adams is going to set them back. I don't think that made sense. I don't know why they did it. I think it helps them. I think what I like about the Grizzlies is that they realize they're not satisfied with just being getting to the play and getting the AC through that, right? Like they actually look at their franchise like, look, we still have some things we can fix here. So let's not jump out the window and act like we're above where we are. Let's take a step back, see what we got. Let's let our young guys really shine this year because it's going to be a lot of pressure on Jaren and who just got his 4-year contract today, Jaren and Ja this year. It's really going to be their franchise. But I think with that is going to come with a step back this year. But I think the guys will elevate, but I don't think they're going to get to that win total. I don't see it this year. Talk to me, France.
All right. I'll say this. Steven Adams, I know you might not be too high on him after what we just seen with the Pelicans, but the Pelicans' best player is also somebody that eats in the paint. Although Ja gets a lot of his baskets around the rim because he hasn't developed his shot to the highest clip yet, he's still a guard. He can create a whole bunch of different scenarios for himself away for the rim or towards the rim where Steven Adams is actually blocking Zion's way there. So I don't feel like Steven Adams would be blocking Ja's way there. So I think he could be used differently and more effectively there. And
that's fair because he did play with Russ for a long time. So he kind of knows how to play with the guard like that. That's fair.
Yeah. And so Jaren Jackson's my X factor because I know they just gave him an extension and I'm not sure if he's good. Yeah, and I say good, like really good.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Is he that guy? I don't know. He's that guy yet, but I really, really like Dylan Brooks. I think he's actually out right now. I think he's injured. He won't be starting the first couple of games, but he's really scrappy. Even though he makes a lot of he gambles a lot, so obviously that hurts the team. You got to see it in the playoffs. But look, they're all young, they're all savvy, they're all hungry, and Ja is special. So I expect Ja to continue to level up. If Jaren can meet him there, they've got a solid core right there between those two guys.
Definitely.
I don't know, man. I think they keep going upwards. Honestly, this organization is one you can trust to continuously make progress.
Right, that's a fact. Levi, before I toss to you, answer me this question: is Steven Adams the oldest 28-year-old ever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
Until Zion turns 28, but then. I think the Grizzlies are going to be around the same place they were last year. I'm going to pick them under just because, France, you made a good case, but at the same time, I don't know if I can really trust a Dylan Brooks or a Jaren Jackson to be the same or better than they were last year, especially. Didn't they go on a crazy run last year? I know Dylan Brooks did. Yeah,
Jaren missed a lot of time last year too. So this kind of be
that is true.
Getting himself back. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I like the style they play with. It's the style you have to play with when you have the pieces they do. But I don't think they have enough support to, get to that total. Yeah.
And I think the franchise is okay with that, right? Because it kind of feels like they understand they're still building and they're not in the final form, right, France? You feel like that?
No, yeah, they're waiting to see if you can make a case that Ja is a top 10 point guard, if he'll be at number 10, but I don't think it's definitive. They're waiting for it to be you can no longer argue that Ja is at least a top 7 point guard in the league, and then we're going to continue to unload everything that we can do to make sure everybody's ready. They want to see what Jaren Jackson looks like. They want to see Ja take that next step, and then I think they will be more than enough equipped to give them the pieces they need to be successful.
Word. All right, due to time issues, let's do a couple of these things real quick. Chicago Bulls, 42.5. I actually think the Bulls are an interesting team, name-wise. The Bulls are what I call a classic 2K roster, where you put that roster on 2K and you feel like you got something great. But in reality, I'm not sure. I like what they have, but I don't know if I love it yet.
I'm in that same spot, but I would just pick them barely on the over because I like them better than Indiana.
Word. Yeah.
They're a walking fantasy team, honestly. But I love the roster. You got Lonzo and Kobe White at guard. Zach LaVine, obviously, we're gonna let that thing. He's gonna let that thing fly. DeMar DeRozan, who's at least becoming more open minded to shooting threes, but just stay in the mid range. That's where we like you at. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Williams, man, I like Patrick Williams a lot too. Mm-hmm. Listen, man, I'm on the Bulls hype train, all right? I'm sorry. I'm on there. You know what I'm saying? They got my man Caruso, too. You know what I'm saying? I miss Caruso already. Give me the over on the Bulls.
I like it. The Clippers at 45.5. The Paul George franchise this year. I feel like that's about right.
Yeah, I got them. I picked them under just because.
Same.
Yeah, just because I see they're not. When they're going against the top talent in the West, and then those games with the top talent against the East, I don't see them winning. The majority of those, maybe going 500. So that's what's going to keep them down.
Well, interesting thing, they have the same win total as the Celtics. Do you think they're better than the Celtics? Do we think they're better than the Celtics? Or are they worse than the Celtics? What do y'all think?
I think they're worse than the Celtics, only because the Celtics are like the JV version of like what Kawhi and Paul George is, and they're both going to be there. You don't got Kawhi.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I like Celtics better too.
I think the thing for them is I do think Paul George can be an effective enough playmaker to carry them to some regular season wins. Mm-hmm. When the playoffs come, I don't think they have nearly enough, but I think PG can kind of facilitate things. He showed a little bit last year, right? He can facilitate, get guys moving, get guys the ball in the right spots. Ty Lue, I trust Ty Lue as a coach for sure. He's proven already as a coach. I don't know about Ekpe Udoh yet, but I know it's like Ty Lue's kind of proven. So I'm good with him at that 45.5 line. I might like him a little more than the Celtics because the Celtics got a lot to prove to me this year. Let's get into it. Jaylen Brown, Marietta Zone, love you. You know what I'm saying? You my guy. I got to see it this year, man. Either Brown or Tatum has become a playmaker. I don't care which one of y'all do it. One of y'all got to do it, period. You don't really have a playmaking guard on that team. They haven't had a guard yet. You know, they tried it. It hasn't worked out. Like, one of y'all got to take over playmaker responsibilities, and I don't know which one does it. And then one of y'all got to, focus on defense too. Realistically, it kind of should be Brown. I think Tatum is best if you just let Tatum just cook. Just let Tatum focus on cooking. So I think Brown kind of needs to take the steps in playmaking and steps in defense because Brown already was a good defender before. He regressed last year for some reason. He really wasn't what he was before last year. So I kind of want to see Brown get back to that level that I believe Jaylen Brown can get at.
I'd rather see Tatum be the playmaker and Brown be the defender. Like you said, he regressed, but he can get back there. So even if he just gets to that level, that's more than enough. And Tatum already is averaging I think almost 5 assists a game. So that's probably accounting all the times people are not hitting baskets around him too. You know what I'm saying? So if you have other people that at least can be a little bit more efficient around Tatum as well, maybe those 4 assists turn into 6 assists. You know what I'm saying? He's almost averaging 8 rebounds a game. And after going pound for pound with KD, I feel like you can expect Tatum to get into that 40-point bag, maybe in that 50-point bag once or twice this season.
Yeah. Yeah. The Nuggets and Hawks both at 47.5, Levi.
I got them.
It's too low for the Hawks. You have the Hawks winning 72 games.
Yeah, it's way too low. That's a lock on the over. Shout out to Red Velvet for getting the contract extension. And
he got a contract?
Yeah, he got the contract.
Okay.
So, Hawks over. Oh, and shout out Sharif Cooper too. Steal.
Shout out to his sister.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out to it.
Shout out to the Coops.
Yes. France, are the Hawks too low?
It's tough, man, because the East is really stacked. Like between other than Brooklyn and Milwaukee, then you're like, who's next? Miami, Boston, Atlanta, New York, the Knicks. Damn, I don't know. Any of those 4 teams could be juggled to me. So I want to say over because I kind of like this weird Hunter and Young. I feel like they're liking each other more. I feel like they didn't like each other as much as they have now after they went through all these playoff battles.
Yeah, on that same point, an underrated fact about the Hawks was that Trae Young wasn't liked for a very long time in the locker room. We all kind of know it. He was not fun to play with. For a good minute. I think he finally got his place where he's like, okay, I know how to set guys up. I don't have to do this all the time. I think guys like him more now. I think people underestimate that aspect, but I think it was definitely a factor. You can look at how they played together earlier in the year. It's like, oh, okay, this ain't working. They're not getting along. But then they all kind of got the chemistry right. And now that everybody's kind of there's really something there now.
Bogdanovic, even on like one leg, because you could tell he was clearly hurt in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Boy, man. He came in big. He came in big. I'm not a fan of Gallinari having to be the guy to like help me out in games. It's like I never want to have to rely on that. Anything I get from him should be an additional, not like do or die if Gallinari doesn't hit this fadeaway. But honestly, Clint Capella had some monster games last season. Like
he did.
A couple 2020s. He had a double with 10 blocks. Like that's a center that like I think is extremely competent, and it's just he's been Lob City since Harden, so now he's becoming Lob City with Young. Like this is nothing different. Give me the over in the Hawks, man. I love the Hawks. I love Trae Young. Let's get it.
I'm actually taking the over on them too for the regular. My bad. I'm taking the over on them for the regular season. You good? I'm taking over on them for the regular season for sure. And they're in my special tier of team. Y'all know what my special tier is for the teams, for the playoff teams?
What's the special tier?
Yeah.
The if someone gets hurt tier. If someone gets hurt, watch out for the Hawks in the playoffs. You know? If somebody has an injury, watch out for them, Suns in their way into the finals. So yeah, they're in that category for me. The Nuggets are at 47. Oh my bad, you want to say something, Levi? You want to say something? Levi, hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'll just take. I'm kind of split on the Nuggets, to be honest, but I'm gonna take them over.
Yeah, I think 47.5 is right. I think Jokic can get you there, but if MPJ does take a step towards superstardom, I gotta take the over. Because if MPJ is what he can be as a player, it's a problem. It's a very, very big problem. It's kind of a problem for the Nuggets too, because then when Jamal Murray comes back, I don't know how you work that out. But I think 47.5 is about right. I might take him right at 47.5, actually. France, talk to me.
I'm going under. Jamal Murray, they did a really good job when Jamal Murray got hurt. And I do think Porter can level up, but in the process of him leveling up, there will be kinks. You know what I'm saying? So I think they are just happy with just seeing him progress, even if it's inconsistently. It sounds as weird as it sounds, right? Like, cause like if he has monster games and then he has other games where he's just like, I guess not as like resourceful, not as efficient, then they'll say to themselves, okay, he's showing me what his highest upside can be. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they're looking for, hey, let's see what you can be, because I'm expecting Murray to come back at some point in time, or let's just see you be as consistent as possible. But either way, I think that leads to them losing and winning a lot of games.
I think that's a good. That's a good take. We got 3 teams with the same over under guys. 3 of them. We got the Miami Heat at the Golden State Warriors and the Dallas Mavericks at 48.5.
Ooh.
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
All 3 of them. France, you and I have had many arguments about Dallas Mavericks because Levi, I don't believe in the Mavericks as a franchise. I don't believe in Mark Cuban. I don't think they've actually elevated it all this offseason. I think they're kind of in the same spot.
Yeah.
Somebody on this show believes that Kristaps Porzingis is gonna round back to his old form, and then that's gonna make the Mavericks elevate. I vehemently disagree with that. France, what do you think about that?
Listen, man, I know that Jason Kidd doesn't have the most reputable track record. However, his biggest concern is finding a way to get Porzingis back into the fold of things. Porzingis was unhappy with Rick keeping him in the corner, stressing efficiency, keeping him available for just wide open shots. They want to put him in the post for mismatches. They want to get him early touches. They want to get that confidence going, because now it translates into effort. Obviously, he's the same as the healthiest he's looked all season, all year long. But we all know everybody's going to say that, right? That's like just saying, I really want this job at a job interview. You're supposed to say that. But if Luka continues to ascend where he should be going, and everybody's expecting an MVP year from him within the next 2 to 4 years, what I'm saying? That in itself alone is worth like 40 wins.
You had a lot of leeway because everybody was saying it last year. Like, Luka might be MVP this year. That was what was going on last year.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. It did happen last year. He came came to the season out of shape, and now he came to this season in shape. Last year was like a weird layover between the bubble and starting a brand new season, a whole new clock. But it's all right. It's all forgiven now because I think the chemistry is there already. Like I know there's been some rift between Luka and KP, but it can't get any worse in my opinion. It can only get better. Tim Hardaway Jr. showed that he can. It's the Tim Hardaway trade. So I was on concern. It's not the Porzingis trade. It's the Tim trade. He's shown how consistent he could be there. And they've always been in the lead of the league with pace, especially with offense. But now they got some more defensive pieces like Bullock, Green. Look, man, Frank the Tank. I know I'm not high on him, but if there's anything to be high on him with, it's just his defense. So I do feel like they at least took a step forward defensively, especially with taking away Josh Richardson on some addition by subtraction kind of method.
Right.
I'm expecting the Mavs to be them guys, man. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. That's how I feel.
Levi?
I want them to be, and I have them circled over. I'm kind of second guessing that, but I'm going to just stick with it because of Luka magic. And maybe you're right about Porzingis because he has, I don't know, they've looked really good at times when Porzingis is snapping, and it seems like maybe Luka and Kristaps can find that chemistry and get over each other. But yeah, I'll give them the over.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the under. I don't trust Jason Kidd. I'm not necessarily. I like Kristaps. I would like to see Kristaps get back, but I can't bet on it because one, if he does get back, I feel like he might get injured again. Like he's a health concern for me, so I'm not fully sold that they can get there. But I did just realize that I did remember something just now that Luka, just dealt with the Olympic heartbreak, carrying Slovenia to their first ever elimination round of the Olympics, which is an incredible feat and a medal game at that. So I can say that I do see that with. I think that's another guys come back to the Olympics and they kind of elevate again, So I could see him elevating again there. And if he does, then for sure they can get to 48.5. I think my big concern for them is not the regular season, it's the playoffs. Because the Luka show in the playoffs, man, I don't think that's an effective way to play basketball. I think they still need to get somebody that can handle the ball and let him rest a little bit. And I don't think they've effectively done that too much. Jalen Brunson's nice, but I think you need a little more. You need another wing or something that can help him. He's a target on defense. He's everything on your offense. At some point, you got to get other guys involved. And I don't think they've taken the steps to do that in terms of playoff performance, but the regular season, they could be fine. So I'll take them right at 48.5 for the regular season, I think.
What if they get the potential Dragic buyout? Dragic
then we got something. Yeah, if they get Dragic, they got something. Yeah. I mean, Luke already has chemistry with his brother from the Olympics,
Right, exactly.
He's already good with Zoran. Let's bring Goran. Yeah, I think that'll help a lot. And if that happens, we can if they do get the Dragic thing, all our unders on the Raptors will be correct because Lord knows they ain't going nowhere. A team that I think we can all agree is too high, the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yes.
At 50.5.
Yeah, under.
Yeah. Did y'all see the video of Did y'all see the video of Ben Simmons when everybody had the little huddle up in practice?
No.
My man was headed towards the door. He was everybody huddled up. He's just off to the side, I'm just here. I'm here to get this check.
I've never seen somebody so present and absent at the same time. He was physically there. Mentally, he did not want to be there. It literally looked like the last hour of your shift.
Yes, that's really what it was. That's really what it was. Yeah, it's like when everybody's gathering up to talk, and towards the end of the work shift, you just head towards. They're like, "Why y'all still here? I'm going home. Why are y'all here?" Weirdos. Yeah, right. It was really that type of energy, man. I think the real over under is how many games before they trade Ben Simmons. That's the real over-under.
I drafted Simmons in my fantasy because there's a lot of gamble picks, right? There's the Zion, Clay, Simmons, Kyrie. Right. Those are the pieces you don't know when they're going to come back, really. Right. But if you get them, they're really resourceful. And I'm you know what? At the very least, Ben's the only one that's healthy out of those guys. Give me Ben, because at the worst, if he plays for the 76ers and it's a shit show and everybody boos him and there's going to be content that we love to watch, fringe content that we love to watch. They're going to pull the panic button like the Rockets did and ship his ass out somewhere.
Should Ben Simmons, Andrew Bynum this? You know when Andrew Bynum started shooting threes at the end of his time with he was done? Should just Andrew Bynum it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
he'll get too scared to Andrew Bynum it.
I mean, I don't know. The fear goes away when you get to the I don't give a bleep energy.
That is true.
I can't lie. I really want to see him play a game in the uniform just to see the reaction to it. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel like he might be they might be playing for road games.
Whatever game
it's gonna be too awesome in Philly.
Whatever game that's announced that he will be playing, I'm betting on the other team because I am expecting a shit show.
For sure. I definitely see that coming. And the press conference is gonna be good because Joel gonna say something crazy again for sure. Because Joel don't, it doesn't throw him right under the bus. We missed. I'm sorry. When we did our 3 teams, we did forget to hit the Warriors and the Heat. Warriors at 48.5.
I got Heat and Warriors over.
Okay.
I got the Warriors over, and I think I got the Heat. Damn.
The Heat going over will be interesting because aren't the Heat and the Hawks in the same division or no?
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I had the Celtics under. I had the Heat. I had the Hawks over. So give me both those over as well. Okay. Miami over. Golden State over.
Interesting. I like the Heat as a regular season team, unless they get old and creaky, which is very possible.
Mm-hmm.
Them as a playoff team, I'm not sure about. Like they're like gonna be the super. Oh yeah, they're real tough guys. Everybody's tough. But then they're gonna get in the playoffs and have to play somebody like Giannis, play somebody like KD, somebody like a Trae Young and playoff. And I think it's gonna get bad for them quickly. I really do. I don't know if they have the offense. Kyle Lowry taking charge and then win you a playoff series against dogs. It's just not. Sorry. But they're going to embarrass me in the regular season because they're just going to care way too much.
Yeah.
That is a team of tryhards. They're going to care so much. I'm already over how much they're going to care, personally. Like, I'm mentally over how much they care.
Me too.
The Warriors are an interesting one, man. I want to believe in the Warriors. I want to believe Klay Thompson is going to come back and be great. But I feel like Levi, the Warriors give me a lot of that trying to get the old thing back energy this year. They went back and got Iggy.
Mm-hmm.
They got Draymond waiting on Klay to come back. They give me a lot of that trying to get the old thing back energy. And I don't know if getting the old thing back is ever her perfect strategy.
Yeah, I think I mean, are they going to get deep in the playoffs or even make it past the first round of the playoffs? I don't know.
It's definitely going to be matchup dependent for sure.
Yeah, but I think Curry and I think Curry's just going to be able to carry that team enough to get them over this total. Because, I mean, like I got the Suns, for example, going under on their 51.5. Yeah. That's kind of where the math. That's where the math works out there.
The math is mathing, yeah. France talked to me about the Warriors.
Listen, man, Curry damn near had an MVP year last season, and I feel like he can still be at that clip. But again, he's the least of our concerns, right? When they brought back Iggy, I know Iggy's way older, but there's something to be said about continuity and being with somebody that you just have all this chemistry with and that knows the spacing and style of your play. Mm-hmm. Klay, Iggy, Dre, you know what I'm saying, and Steph all on the floor, like they can all be washed up, and I just believe that their ball movement and spacing alone would still give teams problems. Like, you know what I mean? So like with Iggy being back there, like I feel like that helps the Warriors style like flourish a little bit more. I want to see James Wiseman kind of like level up a bit more because obviously last season was a mess for him and him getting benched and Kerr not really utilize him. In fact, he's coming off the bench for Kevin Looney, who is pretty solid, but you wanted to see what you could do with Wiseman. Jordan Poole's a real X factor. Right. Everybody thinks he's going to level up this season. He could be the perfect Sean Livingston kind of player for them. Big spark plug. And I'm not sure what to expect from their rookies. You know, Kuminga's I think he looks NBA ready. Moody Moses. Who knows if he can contribute too? But I like the squad, man. I like the squad. And more important, just mainly Curry is that guy. If Klay can come back and at least still shoot the ball well, like I'm not worried about that because I know his defense is going to take a step back regardless because of the injuries he's taken. But look like that shooter's touch don't go away.
That's a fact. My concern with them is the fact that they're trying to have the best of both worlds. Shout out to Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana, where they're like, want to contend, but they also want to develop young talent. And I don't know if you can effectively do both. Like, I just don't. Because the requirements to develop these young guys is you're going to have a lot of patience. And I don't know if they're going to have that patience for these guys when these dudes are trying to win, because you know the window on Steph, Clay, and Draymond is now, and it's still kind of slim. So I don't know how much patience you can have for Kuminga's mistakes, for Moody's mistakes, for a Wiseman's young guy mistakes. I just don't know how much patience you can have for it. Because you say they kind of cut the cord on Wiseman last year. Before he got hurt, they were kind of pulling him out anyway. Like, all right, we're not gonna keep doing this, So I don't know if they're gonna be able to effectively do both of those things, even though I would like for them to, because I feel like if you're gonna go with the young talent, then you need to get the young talent play and let them learn how to make mistakes. You gotta let them learn. And I don't know. I hope they have the pace for that, but I'm not sure if they will. That's kind of where I'm at with it. So 48.5. I'll take the over. I might take them at 47. They might get to 47. It should be under. So I got them going under. We did Philly. The Phoenix Suns, Levi, you say you got them going under. Talk to me. Why? Why don't you believe in our NBA runner-ups?
Just the natural regression, I think, that they'll face. I don't know. I think they just went on like a hot run. The bats got hot last year at the right time. So yeah, they'll be up there, middle of the pack in the West, under.
Yeah. Okay. France.
I think they've kept the core of what they've had still intact, and I'm a little more lenient towards somebody like Booker and Ayton, who's very durable. They're very young still. Ayton, who was not able to reach a contract agreement, is a little upset. Paying attention to how he plays this year.
Is Mikal Bridges looking at him in the locker room?
Yeah, Bridges
Mikal got paid. Mikal got paid.
Yeah, like, hold on. We're paying Mikal, not Ayton, after like Ayton damn near shot 80% against the Lakers. Like, I get it. Like, couldn't stop Giannis. And that's just
right.
Let's
let's
slow down a little bit. But Mikal, obviously, they're both really valuable. All these guys are really good together. They play very well together. I don't think all that's going to go away. I don't think they were such a big fluke as much as they were as a good team. And Chris Paul's a bit of a concern. He's aging. He's always getting hurt. Does this the year where he starts to slowly decline and fall off a cliff? Maybe. But I do trust their coach more than anything. Like Monty. Yeah, Monty's that dude, man. So give me the over for the Suns.
Yeah, I think the Suns, Levi, I do get your point about them being fluky, but I do think for a regular season team, I think they can get back there. I think they get 50. I think they can get over on 51 wins. When playoff time comes, that's the real question, because that was kind of the question last year, right? Like, if they play a healthy Lakers team, none of these conversations are happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just not. Like 100% Lakers team, they probably pushed that series, but I mean, when Lakers were there healthy, it looked bad. It got bad for the Suns, right? When Lakers were healthy. So I do think they can get back there in terms of regular season play, but I am interested in the playoffs. Two teams, we got another two with the same 52.5, the Lakers and the Utah Jazz. I know I'm hosting direct traffic, but I'm gonna go first on this, guys. See, let me get a sip of water as I prepare myself. France, Levi.
Ready.
I believe in Donovan Mitchell. I believe in the other Bogdan. I believe in Joe Ingles. I believe in Chris Snyder. What I don't believe in, what I don't trust, I believe in Mike Conley as well. I'm sorry, I believe Mike Conley as well. Sorry. What I don't trust is that center down there that can't get played in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Just run off the court year after year after year after year. The $20 million man that cries about his touches, cries about All-Star games, gets to the playoffs and can't chase nobody. Can't get off the line. Once again, the Utah Jazz are going to disappoint. They're going to be cool in the regular season. They might get to 50. I actually got them under the 52.5 win total this year. So I got them going under. I don't think they're going to. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be able to do as well as they did last year. They were incredible last year, but I feel like I don't know if that's repeatable. The only time I've seen repeat that level of 3-point success is the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets. I don't know if I got them in that category. I really don't. So I got them going under, and I got them flaming out in the playoffs once again. I'm sick of this franchise. I'm sick of them just not. How do you lose? They lost to. They got sent home by Terrence Mann. Like Terrence Mann's nice. He's a nice player, but they got sent home by Terrence Mann. They ain't just like they got sent home by him, and they said, "You know what? Run it back. Run the whole thing back." Like what? Huh? Where they do that at? You know what I'm saying? Get the Jazz out of my face. Whoever wants to go can go. I just need to go.
Well, I don't know how to follow this. Like, wow.
I'm gonna follow it with a simple. I agree with you, Titus. I have them going under as well. And for the sake of time and the fact that my laptop's about to die and the charger's out in the car, I'm gonna run through the rest of mine and bounce. So along with Jazz going under, I got Lakers, of course, going over. Self-explanatory. They'll probably make it to the finals. I hate them. Bucks, I have them going over 54.5, and that's only if Giannis shoots threes like we've been seeing in the preseason and just, going coast to coast, pulling up.
Yeah.
And then the Brooklyn Nets, amidst all the Kyrie toxicity and pollution, I have KD having a MVP year and getting the Nets over 56.5. And that's another hot take right there. KD winning MVP.
Right. And I do with the Nets, man, like while we're on the subject, the funny thing about the Nets is I don't think they need Kyrie. They only need two of these guys to me, bro. They only need two. You don't need three, you need two. They got two, they're good. Like three gives you injury assurances, two of them healthy. I think they're fine. I think they definitely get over.
Yeah.
I think they get over for sure. Yeah.
I think KD's looking to make a statement this year.
James Harden has to be sick of Kyrie. Oh my God. He has to hate him. He has to hate him. He got to be looking at KD like, this your man's? That's your man? That's you. That's your guy. He's got to be sick of it at this point. Because that's the thing. Kyrie's got a ring. KD's got a couple rings. Needs this ring is Harden. Harden needs this ring badly. I thought you was here to help me. Where y'all at? Why you being weird to me?
Yeah.
So yeah. But Levi, get you out of here, bro. Appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all do it good. See y'all.
All right, bro.
He's on 1%.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, man. My Lakers heart hurts to say this. I'm not as confident as them getting the over as everybody else is ready to pencil them in, because this is still a very old elderly roster. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody's like, dudes have to this time, right? Like dudes gonna have to this time.
Even if no one's hurt, like let's load manage, because I do feel like playoff wise, this is going to be a very hard team to beat 4 times in 2 weeks. But over the course of a regular season, besides Westbrook's durability, you're trying to get Taylor Horton Tucker and Kendrick Nunn to get a lot of runs. And if Anthony Davis can stay stable for one whole fucking season, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but I don't trust those factors. And if anything, the Suns and Utah are way more trustworthy teams for the regular season than the postseason. So I'm giving those two guys the over the Lakers, which hurts my Lakers heart and soul. But we don't need the 1 seed. We just need a healthy playoff team. Those guys need that validation for everybody to be like, maybe this is a chance. Because if Utah is like 2, 3, or 4, everybody's gonna sleep on them, and who knows what the fuck they're gonna do. I'd rather them be 1 and just keep flaming out.
right.
It's a funnier story anyway.
Exactly. But I have saying that, making that point, I do have Utah. I'll say Utah going over, even though I don't trust them in the playoffs, just because like the Lakers, like you said, they got a bunch of vets. They do need low match. And also the thing about having a bunch of vets is you got guys who realize, look, all these regular season games ain't important, right? Like this isn't a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like they understand that it's more about make sure you're healthy, make sure you got good chemistry for sure. But they're not about to take this regular season super serious like the Jazz will, like the Suns will. Like they're not about to take it that seriously just because those guys know better. Russ doesn't, but everybody else does.
In my fantasy draft, LeBron went 20th. And I just stopped for a second to say, what kind of world am I living in where LeBron, there's 19 people that goes ahead of LeBron?
That's wow. That's a big nut. 19? Lord.
Right.
I was like,
that's what kind of world are we living in? Like, what if he has another I fool all you thinking I was going to be washed? Right. That was a really amazing year. Like, what if he has another one of those? And you're just like,
because he was kind of on track for that last year before he got hurt.
That's a fact.
He was wilding last year. LeBron that's the underrated fact about this Lakers team last year was that they actually looked like they actually plan on repeating. Like they were taking the regular season mad seriously early until they started taking injuries.
That's very true. They look really good. Like they got to the point where like these guys are hitting threes, turning around, hitting the bench, celebrating. Everybody's having fun. Like then the shooter was part of the fun. You know what I'm saying? And there's no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Westbrook, I'm intrigued because he's had these crazy turnovers in the preseason, but I low key feel like he knows he don't count, so he's just going to be as reckless as he can be now because he can't be later. And he's proven already the last 4 years to average a triple-double. I'm not sure if he's going to average double-digit rebounds, but why can't he not be the assist leader? Like he has all the weapons in the world to dish it out to. And at the very least, he's going to need to be a focal point of scoring. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing with Russ that people kind of forget is that, because I was kind of off on the trade at first, just because it, like, in terms of spacing, I still don't like Lakers spacing as a whole, but in terms of like, and the wings, I don't like that as a whole. But the thing with Russ is like, Russ knows how to play off good players. He just does, right? He played well. Harden won MVP KD won MVP right next to him. Paul George's having the MVP level season right next to him. Bradley Beal was almost leading the league in scoring when he was healthy and they were played together last year. Like Russ can play with other good players. Like that's not a concern, you know. And I think the turnovers. I think Russ always. It feels like the first half of the season is always the is Russ done part, and then the second half of the season comes, he's fine. You know, I feel like that's what we do we've done the last 3 years.
Yeah, he always has a better second half. I'm not sure why. Yeah. Like, it always happens. Maybe he just gets a little bit more comfortable, or the playoffs are around. And he gets a whole nother different spark of motivation. Oh, we just got Avery Bradley back too, which was a really good addition for us before the pandemic hit, and we cut him. You know, so that's another piece to the Lakers. We'll be fine, man. We'll be fine. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to how it all blends together. I will say this though about the Lakers. This looks like a roster that if they're down like 14 points, the game's just pack it on home. Like nobody's unless they like string together to put a whole bunch of defensive stops, which then you're like, wait, this team's kind of old. Like where you get the defense from? Right. They don't look like they have that crazy 3-point shooting, which has been an issue for like the last 3 years, and they have yet to solve.
Right. So it's why the Buddy Hield trade, like as much as I love Russ, it seemed like it made more sense. That's a knockdown shooter. And that's kind of what was missing from them. And maybe they can find one.
Would have way more salary room to make some adjustments.
Right. You still could have filled in the roster very nicely with that move. It's just, yeah. I know the guys like Russ and everything, but it seemed like the better basketball player. Not that Hield is better than Russ, but it's just what you can do with that money is better than Captain Hill thought to Russ having to hurry up, hope you get the buyout market.
And you know what, Titus? Like we fall for this big three hype every single year when a big three is like forms for the first year.
Right.
We ignore the history of every single time a big three is formed. Their first year has not gone well, or their first year has gone under their expectations because there's a lot of issues. Well, not issues, but there's a lot of chemistry that needs to be like created over playing time, and that playing time leads to experimenting time, which leads to inconsistency.
Yeah, the only ones that really get the title in their first year, the three guys that actually came together at the same time, was really the Celtics. That was it.
Yuck.
And even you look at their playoff run, they had like 3 game sevens?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it wasn't simple. They had a lot of things to figure out themselves, you know. It's not easy. Yeah, like I said, it's not easy. It's a lot of chemistry they got to figure out.
It's actually low key might be the lock. Lakers under.
I like it. I actually like that. Yeah.
I actually might go lay some money on this tomorrow. God, no, I can't do this. I hate when my team puts me in a position to do I love my team or do I love money more?
When your team's playing with the money, that's messed up. Yeah, it's real messed up.
Yeah, rule number 1 is to never bet on or against your team. But
facts.
Go better for me, and if you win,
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. Yeah. Yo, the Brooklyn Nets and Milwaukee Bucks are both. The Bucks are at 54.5. I thought that same odds. I looked at that wrong all day. Those are at 54.5, and the Nets are at 56.5. All
right, for a long time, once not a long time, but for like the last 2 weeks or so, once the lines came out and training camp and preseason and everything, I'm just like, yo, Giannis can continue to level up. The roster is still in the same core. They should be fine. There's no reason why they can't keep the same pace, if not better, this season. And that's what I was like aiming for this entire time. But now, like finding out DiVincenzo's still out, which I mean, I'm not sure how much of a big contributor he is, but he's not available. But then Bobby Portis is going to be out for a game, so I think they're going to have a slight slow start, especially with Giannis like learning all these new moves and trying all these new tricks and moves. Like what if he's really efficient at shooting, but that doesn't translate into wins?
Right.
At least not right away.
Yeah, I think the thing with the Bucks is, I feel like it goes one of two ways, right? Either they're free from the pressure now, right? For sure. Like they got the ring. Giannis got the ring. He's free. And that might unlock another level of him to where he's going to go out here and play without that pressure, which could be terrifying. Or they kind of rest on it, because they've been a team that took the regular season mad serious up until last year, where they didn't take it as seriously, but because they tried to experiment a lot more. They did a lot more different things in the regular season. Mm-hmm. And I think what you're saying is right. I think they got that ring. Giannis is going to try and keep expanding his game because he's going to continue to work on that. But I think in doing that, you're going to sacrifice some regular season wins, and that's okay. It's not the end of the world, right? But in terms of like we're doing
I mean, like your total is 54 and a half. Like if you're a 51 win team, you don't get the over, but Giannis is shooting at a 37% and you're only 50 win.
Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that for sure.
Thank you.
Right. It will take that. So I think going under on them is a safe bet for sure. I think it's a safe bet because I think they're just not going to have the urge in the regular season that they did before.
I will say, though, Giannis is a guy that is not big on the load management era. He loves to play every single minute. So, like, if he's leveling up and not sacrificing wins along the side of it, where this is going to age very poorly. But with Brooklyn, I agree with you. You said earlier, they kind of they're all right without Kyrie. In fact, they played so many games last season without the big three, like fully in the lineup. It was like James and Kyrie, James and KD, Kyrie, KD by himself, and then James by himself. Like it was a hot ass mess. But now KD looks healthy. Everybody was projecting an MVP year for him because of how good he still is offensively. James Harden is healthy. Hopefully he's normally been very durable. So just seeing him go down last season was a little
it was weird.
It was a little weird. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. But if it does, then we'll start to be like, damn, is he breaking down? But as long as he stays intact, like this is a number one seed in these.
100%. Like lock it up for sure. 56 and a half seems like that literally seems just right. They could probably win more if they wanted to. The question is, will they want to? Right? Like if they got a 60, would you be surprised? Because I wouldn't.
Yeah, me neither. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Now, what will be surprising is if Kyrie gets the vaccine and we're like, hi.
Then we're done. Then it's cancel Christmas. It's like, okay, well, we can wrap this up. We go and finish in this regular season. And that team, bro, is deep, like terrifyingly deep.
Yeah, they are, honestly. They actually are pretty solid, man. Patty Mills is a great addition.
That's a problem. I don't feel like people talking about enough how big of a problem is they got Patty Mills. I was really thinking about this the other day. I'm like, bro, they got Patty Mills on this team.
Patty Mills said, take me to any team that has black and white jerseys.
That's all he can do. He's like, nah, black and white only.
I don't look good in any colors. Like, just please. Do they have gray too? Yeah, all right, perfect. They do have gray jerseys.
I didn't put that together. He stayed right in his color scheme. But I got all these shoes built for black and white. I can't.
As funny as it might sound, that might be some weird psychological thing to help him play at the level he has always played at.
Yeah,
like looking at his jersey and not seeing it be fucking blue.
Right. And what's the other scary part of this is that KD and Harden are going to encourage him to be Olympic Patty Mills.
Yeah.
And not just, Spurs Patty Mills. And you don't want that problem. You just don't. Not with KD and Kyrie, not with KD and James Harden there. You don't want to have to also deal with Olympic Patty.
The real question is Joe Harris only going to hit shots in games that don't matter?
Oh my God. Bruh. He escaped a lot last year. I ain't gonna lie. Joe Harris really escaped the slander train last year because it should have hit him. Because my man was not doing anything meaningful when it was time. He was not here. He was not helping at all.
Right.
He was out there by himself.
And they got Millsap too.
Yeah,
that's another good addition. Yeah. I mean, I know he's a little bit older, but even on Denver, like he was a very good contributor. Like
his presence matters for sure, and he's just a smart player. Like he's gonna get guys in the right positions. Long term, I worry about them because I still don't feel like they have a center threat for Giannis at all. I don't think anyone's they have anybody scary Giannis. I don't think they have anybody scaring Embiid. But the thing is, not having anybody scaring Embiid is the fact that, I mean, the Philadelphia 76ers are probably going to get worse this year. That's just the hard. Unless Dame is sick of it and wants out, they're not going to get better in trading Ben Simmons. They're just not. I just don't see it in their future. You know?
Yeah, that's a good point. And I mean, like, Giannis beat Brooklyn last season. I get it, like, KD foot on the line, went to 7 games. Kyrie wasn't like, you could point to a lot of things saying like the Bucks barely got out that series, but the point is they had no answer for Giannis, so they still don't have an answer for Giannis. Right. Getting better. They have no answer for Embiid, who hopefully will not play with a torn meniscus in the playoffs this season. Yes, please. So there's no answer for those two guys. I don't even think they have an answer for Bam, because whenever Bam plays the Nets, he be feasting too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not as solid as it seems. Like without Kyrie, the threats seem a lot more real, right? Because you have all three of those guys. One of them's gonna get. You can't possibly guard all three of them effectively. It's just not feasible. It's just not a possible thing for basketball. It's, but with two of them, you can kind of maybe limit one of them enough to where you can put some points together, get stops at the right time. Opportune stops. Good coaching, and you're set. You're set. So yeah. Oh, we didn't hit Portland though. I just realized that Portland at 44.5.
Oh, give me the over for Portland, man. Damian Lillard's good enough for, almost half of those. Norman Powell was pretty good. CJ, he's good enough for the regular season, but not good enough for the playoffs or what they really need to get over the hump. But it's for the sake of this over. Like they got a squad that's comparable to hit the over.
I think Dame's going to have his Aaron Rodgers year, where he was sick of the franchise, but he's also going to come there and do his job well and give the fans something to see. So I think the over is fair for Portland for sure.
I concur.
Yeah, shout out to them. I skipped the Pacers, but that was on purpose. Who cares about the Pacers? No one cares what they do. It's the Pacers. Like, who cares? Free Miles Turner. That's all I gotta say for them. Free Miles Turner. Free my mans. The Knicks. We didn't hit your Knicks, bro.
Free Sabonis too, man.
Nah, he can stay there.
The Knicks, man. All Knicks slander. Give me the under, even though I might be completely wrong. I don't care. I'm willing to lose money on it because I don't want to make any money with y'all. That's how I feel about y'all.
The hate is real. The hate is real.
I'd rather lose money being wrong on y'all than win money being right on y'all. That's how I feel. Actually, but the Bronx in me is sincerely happy that Kemba is back home. I know there's going to be a section in Madison Square Garden every game of a bunch of niggas from Soundview, which is a hood in the Bronx where he's from. They're going to be up there. They're going to be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be screaming out rice. They're going to be screaming out all types of New York slang that'll fill my heart with joy for Kemba. But I've seen what Kemba's done the last 2 years. I'm not going to get that excited.
Yeah, it's like Kemba's
kind of sad, honestly.
It is sad, bro.
I want more for him.
I think the thing I hated the most for Kemba, it was that I was like, dang, Mike was low-key right to not pay you, huh? He was low-key right.
Right.
I still feel like you should have paid just because that was the only dude, your friend, that you got that made your little franchise matter. I still feel like you got paid for that, but also, I understand. I understand now. But yeah, man. The Knicks, I got them going under because...
Hold on. You know what's weird? I'm sorry to cut you off, but their backup point guard is Derrick Rose, and I feel like Derrick Rose and Kemba Walker are literally like the same level.
They are the same person.
And it's like, wait, hold on. Your backup and your starter is just as equally as like what?
It's the same person.
That's a recipe for disaster right there.
It is. Yeah. I got them going under because Thibodeau is always a good coach in year one. It's after year one we got to start asking questions, Mm-hmm. So year 2 of Tibbs, I see them going under just because of that. And I feel like, I don't know how much this success was repeatable, right? Because they were very, they had like some of the best 3-point shooting defense last year, which is partially luck, because it's partially a defense plan, but also it's kind of lucky because teams aren't making threes against you. And I don't know how much this Julius Randle thing we're going to do again this year because I don't know, bruh. That Randall playoff thing was an experience that I never want to repeat.
I don't think he ever wants to repeat it again. So
yeah,
for the sake of it, I want to hope that he can not get back into that bag, but I feel like that bag was a true reflection of what he is. And I seen a preseason highlight where he hit a game winner and everybody's like, yeah, game winner Randall. And I'm like, why is Julius Randle playing the last minute of a preseason game?
Tibbs don't care, bro. Tibbs
right.
Not
And you know what?
and
you know what else?
Like, no, you gonna play.
Evan Fournier is everything that people thought Aaron Gordon could be when he went to the Nuggets.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Oh wow.
So
like that. That was spicy.
Yeah. So when Boston picked them up, they thought they were going to get what the Nuggets got when Aaron Gordon. Like, oh, this is a solid third, fourth option for us, and that wasn't the case. In fact, his first Boston debut was a 0-0-0. So like that's history within itself. But I would hope that failure over at Boston would lead him to say, let's get a fresh restart at the Knicks and show everybody my value again. So, of course, there's some RJ getting better hype. You know, RJ could most definitely get better. I mean, from where he's at, if he doesn't get better, that's a concern. And, Yeah, man. I think, they'll be all right. Defensively, if OB could get a little bit more weight and get some more playing time, I don't know, like they have enough pieces to keep me entertaining as like a 5th, 6th, 7th seed in the East, but nothing more than that. And again, I'm taking the under because F all the Knicks fans, especially my friend Calvin. I'm gonna shout him out. Shout out to you, Calvin. All right, because you and I watched every Hawks and Knicks game together via text, and your tears tasted delicious.
Yeah, they were so happy after that one win, and they never got it again.
Did you see the video? Did you see the video after that one win, bro?
Yes.
And
the streets were filled.
Did you see the video after they lost the series and everybody's like, Trae Young? Like
they were upset. They were highly upset, bro.
I need that again. If anything, get to the playoffs, play a Trae Young rematch, and let Trae Young make Spike Lee cry again. That would make my heart pure.
Dog, Trae in game 1. Hitting that shot and saying it's quiet as F in here that's a legendary highlight forever. That is in the Madison Square Garden pantheon of villainous moments. That's the thing about the Madison Square Garden. They realize they create their own villains all the time.
Trae Young looks like my dad's.
They were unhinged.
This city's in shambles, man. Brooklyn don't act like this, bruh. Brooklyn don't act like this.
That's a fact. Brooklyn's too upscale for this behavior.
Hey, you know what's crazy? We had to talk about Game 7, not to go too far off, but Game 7, Brooklyn, Milwaukee. And we were like, yo, this is actually low-key the biggest playoff game in the Brooklyn Nets history because they're still a young franchise. Right. And I went to Brooklyn to watch the game because tickets were too expensive, so I just wanted to be within the energy. And I went to a bar in Brooklyn, and I couldn't believe it. The bar were all Milwaukee fans. That shit blew my mind.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's crazy.
A Brooklyn bar full of Milwaukee fans.
Milwaukee fans is disrespectful. Yeah, that's different. That's different energy.
That's very different.
Yeah. Was this something else? Oh yeah. I have one last question for you about the Knicks, bro.
Yep.
Where is Kevin Knox?
Almost getting his Chinese passport ready.
It didn't work. It really didn't work.
It didn't work at all. Honestly, it's Zion's fault. We got to be honest. Ever since Zion ripped the ball from him, like everybody gave up on Knox.
No, that's a good point. Zion did grown man him at 19. He got grown man at 19. That was a moment for sure. Yeah, somebody find Kevin Knox. I hope Obi Toppin that goes the Kevin Knox route.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I hope he doesn't. But yeah, I do think RJ taking another step is a very important thing for them. Like if he takes another step, then they for sure getting 41 wins. I see.
He kind of has no choice. Like we're saying, like where you're at right now, like there's nothing but up for you to go. And if you go if you regress from this, like,
Yeah, that's a fact. Because low key, Cam Reddish could kind of overtake him this year. Cam Reddish is healthy. And then it's like, okay, bro, you were the one. Like, first off, you were the highest recruited one out of this group, the RJ, Zion, and Cam Reddish group. You were supposed to be the one, and it hasn't looked like that yet at all. And you might not be the one in the league either. So I don't know, man. I don't know. This is a make or break year for him for sure. I think.
Facts.
He's either gonna ascend to the next level or he's gonna, because I don't think the Knicks are going to give him that I don't think the Knicks are going to maximize just because, when it signs up, they're not going to give him the contract because he's going to have to earn that for sure. And I think they'll be comfortable letting him go if he wants a certain number.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah,
it's way better. It's way better available on the market than RJ.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, man, we can wrap this up here, bro. Appreciate you. We'll be doing this again more often, of course, this season. We're gonna try and do these NBA shows consistently this season. You know what I'm saying? Keep it going. We have the whole squad together, get our days worked out. France, appreciate you, dog.
All right, salute, bro.
Hanging out, man. All right. We out, y'all. Stop.